Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with your friends Kathy, Mark, and Burk, talking about movies and movie trailers.
Yes.
Yes, it's always fun to talk about trailers. This is a film that's coming out on March 17th called Zwigato. And it's a Hindi language drama that stars, it's directed by Nandita Das and stars Kapil Sharma, who is a comedian actor comedian over there. But this is more of a serious role for him, a drama, kind of a grounded drama about the relentlessness of life, like life's hardships. And it's like a very grounded Hindi film.
Comedians are always so good in dramatic roles. Isn't that funny? That a lot of times when a comedian, somebody who's really goofy, takes on a dramatic role, they tend to be really heavy because there's a lot of sadness in comedy, I guess.
Comedy is sort of their armor for sadness on the inside.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard to pull the opposite. It's hard for a drama actor to sort of be comic. Yeah. That's tough.
That's where comedy is a lot harder. And you like Bob Odenkirk, great. Like all kinds of depth that I think he brings to a character that wouldn't have it. And then Bill Hader, who's in Barry, it's been a revelation. That guy's so good. Like he's funny, and you see it as the armor, but you see him these conflicting emotions that come out as a humorous kind of affect. But you see what he's doing under it. It's so good, like complicated shit.
And Robin Williams used to do that, in some roles, and he was excellent as a drama actor. The late great Robin Williams. So,
poor guy.
But this one looks really like I'm interested in seeing the trailer because this is it's kind of right up my alley for something I think I probably would want to see. So
yeah, we really like the Lunchbox. I know that's kind of a classic drama, kind of comedy-ish drama.
Yeah.
So I've heard people kind of comparing it to that. So I think it's probably something I'm going to enjoy because I kind of like that sometimes.
Yeah,
life, but let's
me
take
too. Okay, let's do it.
Shall we roll that trailer?
Let's roll it.
And action.
अरे पापा, अगर कस्टमर के साथ आप सेल्फी लेंगे ना तो आपको 10 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा।
जानना पहचान, हम काहे लेंगे सेल्फी? आज हम 10 डिलीवरी करेंगे।
रोज आप यही कहते हैं।
हाँ, जैसे रोज आप अपना जूता पॉलिश करते हैं। आज बहुत जल्दी आ गए। लगता है आज हमारा लकी डे है। सर, आपके साथ एक सेल्फी ले सकते हैं? हमको थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा मिल जाता है सर। आज 8 डिलीवरी करें हम, हमारा हाईएस्ट।
आप तो कितने दिन से हमारे साथ सीरियल भी नहीं देख रहे हो।
हमारे कितने तक तुम जो देख रही हो।
पापा, ये सब्जी है कि फल?
क्या मालूम, हम कभी खाए हैं क्या? फैक्ट्री में 200 लोगों को संभाल लो, लेकिन ये ऐप हमारी जान लेगा।
और हम आपकी लेंगे।
अच्छा, 20 डब्बा का ऑर्डर है, एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा?
अरे बिल्कुल नहीं, एक का जितना 100 का उतना।
आप और कुछ काम क्यों नहीं कर लेते?
अब खाना खिलाना तो पुण्य का काम होता है। अच्छा नहीं लगता तुमसे काम करवाना।
आप थोड़ी ना करा रहे हैं, हम कर रहे हैं अपना मर्जी से।
100 रुपए का कप बस 30 पे ही आ रहा है।
तुम ऑर्डर किए?
अरे किसी और को दे दिया।
5 स्टार जरूर दे देना, ठीक है?
अब 2 5 स्टार, हमारा तो गया ना 2 डिलीवरी का पैसा। वो मजदूर है इसीलिए मजबूर है, या फिर वो मजबूर है इसीलिए मजदूर है।
आपकी रेटिंग न्यूनतम स्तर से नीचे गिर गई है।
आप समझ नहीं रहे हैं, हमारा रेटिंग एकदम से डाउन हो गया।
आपको पता है आप कितने लकी हो? टाइम पे पैसा, आपकी मर्जी की शिफ्ट, पर आप लोगों की तो आदत ही बस कंप्लेंट करनी है।
आदत तो बस चुप रहने का है मैडम।
Wow. Okay.
That looks really good.
It's really good. And then you have that one woman saying, "You people." I'm like, oh, that's
right.
Not,
and the sign says "Delivery Boy."
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's like the everyday sort of struggle. Like, you go below 5 stars and all of a sudden you're not getting as much work or you're just trying to feed your family. And of course they had that scene, which was lunchbox. Like you put the box in the basket and you roll it. Yeah. That's just like, I just like that sort of, ground level drama. which that this
ordinary
feels like
people.
dealing with everyday stuff. It can be very dramatic.
Yes, you know I mean the music, very dramatic. I mean, I feel like the trailer, the trailer company, whoever did that trailer, great job. Except I feel like the music was way over the top for something that was this little story. Like they could have done a lot more, I think, if they hadn't done the huge dramatic, like this was a big budget crazy movie. Right. Like I feel that the music got a little out of control at the end. It would start off good, but I'm just talking about trailers, not talking about the movie.
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds a little like needle drop, like they standard that violin that standard violin thing. I hear it over and over.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
But the clips they showed were really touching and really sweet, and you see the frustration. Like it's so hard to be alive. It's so hard to get by.
Work freelance or whatever. It seems like maybe he's a freelancer. He doesn't work for a big delivery company. He's got his own gig.
Yeah,
he probably pays by how many deliveries he gets. So if he does 20 boxes, he gets better than 10 boxes or whatever, 8 deliveries, whatever it was. So yeah.
But what they were saying too, like no matter what the delivery is, where he has to have 100 boxes or 1 box, it costs the same, and that's kind of shitty too, because he's having this this big stack of boxes. Did you see that Black Mirror? Was it Black Mirror, Dark Mirror? Black Mirror episode where they have her the future where everything is a rating. So you pick up the coffee, you
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Right. Yes, Bryce Dallas Howard. She gets a rating for being the customer, and then your whole credit is based on your rating, and it's just a nightmare. But that is happening. Like this was happening to this guy and that, where his whole business is based on his rating. And when it dropped below, he couldn't get the little company he was kind of freelancing for, like Uber, kind of gig labor. They were going to drop him, so he wouldn't even have that support. And it's like, God,
and some people, and they were saying there's like this culture of complaining almost, like people, and it's really true. I have a friend who had a restaurant. She had a Thai restaurant, and there was this person that just complained and complained, and one of her complaints was they don't even give you chopsticks. And it's like, well, Thai people don't use chopsticks.
Yeah, it's not a Chinese restaurant.
Idiots.
And they don't even have sushi.
you see and you watch on, go to Yelp and go 1 star because they had to wait 10 minutes for a table. It's like, that should be expunged from Yelp. I mean,
it should.
Bullshit. That's crazy.
And some of it I feel like is phony, like trying to drag down someone's ratings so you can raise yours, like a competition. And it's really hard for them to suss that out. Like they try to do that, but you still, and it happens with movie ratings. Like people are always going to trolling certain movies, trying to bring down their ratings. Yep. And they were talking about how like sexist a lot of it is because most of the complaints are from men. So, and all the reviews, mostly men who bother to make ratings. So a lot of movies like for women, like Sex and the City or something, gets a really low rating because of men. This movie's, I don't like it. It's like, was it made for you? Get out of here.
Loser, in your basement, your mom's house, eating stouffer's mac and cheese. You have no life.
It's like the ratings bombers, the people that bomb show. They bomb shows with bad ratings because they don't like gay people or they don't like a woman in a powerful role in the film.
Exactly.
They don't like they don't like Captain Marvel being a woman, and
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
We are living in a time when people that's a commodity. Your rating, But what this movie reminds me of a bit, which is a good thing. And I know I always refer back to Western culture, but this is an Italian film from 1948, De Sica film. You know what I'm talking about? The Bicycle Thieves. Remember the guy had he was trying to support his family, and he has a bike and he's putting up posters, I believe for the movie Gilda with Rita Hayworth. But he lost his bike, he lost his livelihood. And that's sort of like, today's version of that is I'm getting bad ratings in my Yelp.
You lose your business.
You lose your business. And what do you do?
And such a compelling film. That's a classic, of course. It's just
really
compelling.
Brilliant film.
Yeah, and so it's interesting how you can take a simple story like that and make it so dramatic. Like it's so important to get that, get your rating up or get that work so you can pay the bills and have a life and you get food. So it's great. This movie looks like something I'd actually check out.
It does look great.
We all go through that kind of thing too. I remember years ago, I was working on back when I couldn't afford it. Back in my young days working in movies, I worked for a company that quote went out of business after they got everything they needed from the crew, and they locked up the warehouse. And my partner and I went there, and we couldn't get our tools back. So they not only did they not pay us for months of work, they took all the work we did for free, you know, and they took all of our tools, and they changed the name of their company, and they went ahead and produced the film. And, you know, it's that kind of thing. And so when you see a film like this one, you're like, yeah, you know, when you're struggling and you're holding on by a thread, and your thread is something that you can lose, you know, once you get sort of established, it's harder to knock you down off your pedestal that you're on. But when you're in a situation like it appears that this guy in the film is, it's based on something so tenuous, like your dumb ratings on the app, you know, and it's so frustrating to think about that type of a job where what are you going to do if you lose your bicycle, or somebody steals your bicycle, or if your ratings go down lower than the competition? It's like, it's a great topic, but I have a feeling I'm going to watch this and I'm going to be like, oh, so sad.
So like, oh yeah, it's gonna be hard to watch. So I have some posters real quick. So they kept the posters smart, like just like a shot from the film. They didn't try to be fancy with it, because that's sort of, that gives the impression it's gonna feel like a real slice of life. Like you're not seeing anything really contrived or anything. It feels real. Just him on his bike. I mean, that looks like that's pretty much, you know, what the movie's gonna be. Him delivering. And that's the drama we're within. And then we have that great shot you were talking about, Mark, where he puts the package and they lift it up. And in a way, it's kind of interesting to see that. Like, I love his expression. You don't get to see even the person you're delivering at. There's this distance.
Right.
And then they give you a rating, even though they never really probably looked you in the eye. Like, they're just taking their package anonymously, and then there it goes. You know, it's kind of interesting.
And you're just, you know, click on your phone, and you don't realize what that might do to somebody.
Exactly. And then this one's a little more arty. It's the Toronto Film Festival. So they made this one a little more conceptual, where he's looking at the phone, the boxes through the phone lens.
Right.
And, you know, that's
like an overwhelming, sort of daunting pile of boxes, a nightmare mountain of boxes that he has to deliver.
And it ties into like the very end of the trailer, where I had that him coming across in that animation on the motorcycle.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they have that little cartoon. Yeah, that maybe this is a scene from the movie also. Maybe it's like a little dream sequence or something. We don't know, but it did seem like that. You're right. The animation was kind of incorporated into it. But yeah, so really, you know, nicely designed posters for this that seem to hit the mark on the tone, unlike some other films we've talked about.
Yeah.
Right. So this looks like a well produced. It could be like a movie worth checking out if you're in the mood for that kind of thing. You know, low key drama with high stakes. You know, so
Zwigato, a bit of a downer, but hopefully it's got a little uplift in there too, which I suspect it does.
Well, they had that big uplifting music that was like, "We're gonna win," and it has a person on there, so I'm sure it'll be.
And it looks like there's a brand new red motorcycle that somebody can win. You know, so maybe
maybe he wins that. Yeah,
maybe he wins. I don't know, or maybe his arch rival wins it, and that's what he has to compete against. Now he's got a faster motorcycle than me.
Zwigato 2, you know.
Yeah.
Revenge of the red motorcycle.
The Road Warriors.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But looks good to me.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, thanks for being with us, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.